New figures from NHS England show more than 90% of COVID patients in need of the most specialist care are the unvaccinated.
Yeah, intensive care clinicians from across England have spoken over the pressure they have because of this. The figures also show that between 20 to 30% of critical care beds in England are occupied by COVID patients. Meanwhile, a new campaign has been launched to encourage pregnant women to get their coronavirus vaccine, with a video showing a few of them who suffered serious complications from COVID telling their stories.
Well, founder of the discreet boutique, Lucy Rook, who has herself hesitated to have the jab, joins us now. Very good morning to you, Lucy. Just to explain what discreet boutique is, I believe it's a sort of breastfeeding underwear specialist shop, just in case minds were boggling about exactly what that was. You know, it's a very, very natural thing, I think, as a mother, if you're pregnant, to be hesitant. And I want to be careful how I phrase this because I don't want to give anyone reason not to get a vaccination. But it's a very natural thing to question it, to worry about doing harm to your unborn baby. Is that the view that you had?
That's right, yeah. When I was pregnant, and I'm sort of going back sort of 9 months now, I was doing research at the time. At that time, I wasn't in the eligible age bracket to have the vaccine. But yeah, I was doing research online. But then for me, I had Rafferty, and then I got called up to have the vaccination a few weeks after. And at that time then, the advice from the scientists and the government was that the vaccine was okay for breastfeeding mothers and pregnant mums. And my instinct is to trust the scientists. So I did, you know, when that advice was that it was okay, I did then have the vaccination, and now we're double jabbed, and we hope that Rafferty's got some of those, you know, some of that immunity from me.
Well, thank goodness Rafferty's had his mummy healthy and able to take good care of him. He's looking very bonny on it too,
looks
isn't
happy.
He gorgeous. So how old is he now?
Yeah. Pardon?
How old's Rafferty now, sorry?
He's 8 months.
He's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for bringing him in the shot. Of course, the reason this is so important is so many pregnant women are having very traumatic third trimesters, ends to their pregnancy, because they haven't been getting the vaccine, and they're immunocompromised because they have this baby growing inside them, and they're having very nasty experiences of COVID, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I mean, I've watched the video that you're referring to, and you know, it's harrowing really when you hear some of the experiences. And I think what's so powerful about this video is it's real life. It's sort of science fact rather than science fiction. And I think when we can see that, you know, the frontline practitioners talking about what's going on, and we're hearing those real experiences from pregnant women and women that have had their babies that have had these awful experiences, I think actually that's where the persuading power is. It's not politicians and their slogans. And I think that's perhaps what this group of women that still needs some convincing, I think that's what they need to hear more of.
Yeah, Rafferty's got a lot to say, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got an opinion on that.
He is great, isn't
He's
he?
gorgeous.
But yeah, some people are going to see this video and some people will call it scaremongering. Do you have friends who are still hesitant, who don't want to get the vaccine? Do you have difficult conversations with them, or do you amicably disagree?
Yeah, so because of Discreet Boutique, which sells breastfeeding clothes, but we also offer a lot of online advice on our website. So we've got quite a good network with new moms, and yesterday actually we did a bit of a social media straw poll, sort of knowing that we were going to come on this morning. Now, that's by no means any sort of scientific-based evidence, but I think there certainly has been a shift. I think from sort of going back to when I was pregnant, there was a lot more hesitancy in my view. But there still was about 20% of women that are still quite reluctant. Do I think that they'll think this video is scaremongering? I think, you know what, there's always going to be a percentage of people that are vaccine hesitant. And I think, you know, we're never going to get away from that. But I think actually a lot of the scepticism sort of comes from what they think that the politicians might be trying to convince us. And I think this video is going to go quite a long way in convincing that group of women, just because they are hearing from pregnant women like themselves, from frontline workers. And I think that's really important to get that sort of authentic message across.
Well, well done you, Lucy Rook, for speaking out and spreading the word. And, you know, mums are really important, but they're never more important than at the end of their pregnancy in those early days as well.
Yeah.
Really
and thank you to Rafty as well.
Yeah, star appearance.